Hey Scorpio, this is Liv from Ephemeris Cartomancy, and we are going to do your energy cartoscope for the month of November 2019. So we are asking for information regarding Scorpio's energetic body, their health, their well-being, their spiritual path, emotional, mental, psychological well-being, physical well-being as well, magic, astrologic, energetic influences, important themes, important aspects. We are taking jumpers. Okay. When it comes to Scorpio, all right. Ooh. Okay. Clarifications, further information, further aspects, details, important information regarding Scorpio's energetic body for November 2019, please. Okay. All right. Let's see if we are in frame here. I think we are, right? Okay. So, Scorpio, let me begin by saying I'm sensing a very heavy energy for you. I'm sensing pressure on my solar plexus chakra and on my abdomen. Some of you may be experiencing digestive issues. I'm sensing heartburn, headaches. I just got the goosebumps as I'm saying that. I don't know if you can see on the camera. Yeah. So stuff is going on. Stuff is going on for you, Scorpio. Interestingly enough, you are coming into November 2019 from a sense of wellness, from a sense of well-being, from a sense of achievement, of happiness, of joy, of radiance, feeling your solar plexus chakra full of energy, and from that you are coming, so from that bright, spectacular sort of situation, from that state of radiating energy and light and positivity as well, so a positive state of mind, of a good being in shape, being in good physical shape, feeling healthy, feeling vibrant. You are coming in November into a sense of feeling less well. You are coming from the light into the shade, pretty much, of the brambles here. There's a sense of being weighed down, a sense of being in a foul mood. That's what my guides are telling me, foul mood, not just a bad mood, but a foul mood. This is a dramatic change from lightness and joy and a sense of floating to being weighed down, to being angry, to being upset, to feeling like it takes an effort to sort of try to rise up. You are going to be working on it. Some of you may be going through some surgery, since this is looking like a laser to me. Some of you may be undergoing physical medical interventions here, laparoscopic or laser related interventions. I'm sensing some scars, so it could be traditional interventions as well. You will be kept under observation after the procedure in itself. You are going now to be ending and beginning new cycles. You are going through stages. You are ending, I'm sensing a stage, and beginning a new one, but not in November, after November. This is some sort of physical ailment or spiritual attack which you are undergoing pretty much in November. It is going to have a physical outlook. We are going to look into details on that, but I'm sensing that there is a physical outcome. And it's something that you are going to overcome. It's something that you are going to recover from. It's not permanent damage, but something is happening here for sure for you. You have positive influences on your desires and hopes and dreams and intention of acting, intention of moving into action. Since you have all of the elements here on your desires, I'm sensing prayers or Reiki or energy healing being directed towards you. There's at least one person who is aware of your altered state, physical, emotional, spiritual altered state. Someone is trying to put up protections for you, someone is praying for you, someone is healing, trying to do some healing rituals for you, which is a good thing because you're gonna need that kind of help. Because I'm sensing that someone is trying to influence your thoughts and your thinking process through magic. Emotionally, you are in check. You may be getting some readings because you are going to be sensing there's a lot of influence here, both positive and I'm sensing negative. We're going to look into the details of the situation, but there's at least two forces here working to influence you, at least two polar opposites working to sort of have an influence on you. You are going to be feeling that, you're going to be sensing what's going on. You are going to try to get a grip on things, to get a grip on yourself. You're going to seek psychics, I'm sensing, to sort of make sense of what's going on. I'm happy to say that you are going to sense what's going on, because it means to me that you will be taking measures, precautions here, defensive measures, some sort of protection going on. When it comes to your desire to act, you are going to be very decisive. So despite forces trying to interfere with you, I'm seeing you as being very, very decisive to act. This may not be actually such a great idea right now. I'm just mentioning it. I am just throwing it out there because you have two opposing, I'm thinking that two opposing forces, though they may be working more like together. We're gonna try to look into the details of the situation, but you have two opposing forces here trying to influence your desires, your thoughts about something. So when it comes to acting, you may need to be very careful about it. If you're making decisions about some sort of medical intervention, medical procedure, maybe try to seek second opinions or seek some other opinions as well from people you trust around you, something like that, so you wouldn't be tempted to make the wrong decision by any chance. If we are talking about physical appearance here, aesthetic interventions, maybe think about it twice, maybe seek a second opinion from a second doctor, or another doctor, seek some consultation from someone else. There may be something or someone trying to influence you to make what may end up to be a bit of an uninspired decision. So with Mars on your influence, to act on your pragmatic intention to act, being so forceful, being so intense, pretty much a strong-armed influence. You are going to be very determined to act, and I'm not sure what it is that you are basing your decisions on, right? So double check your facts, double check your intentions, double check your desired outcomes, double check your odds at succeeding at whatever it is, because once you are so determined to act, I'm afraid that you may be taking some sort of a rash decision here. Let's see what the spell casting is about on your thoughts. So more information on the spell casting card, please, for Scorpio for November 2019. Of course. For some of you, we may be talking here about physical appearance. I'm just getting that strong message. There's at least one of you who is pretty intent on making some sort of aesthetic procedure. Please double check your facts, your odds, your results, your doctor's reviews, or get second opinions or potential outcomes, because there may be some influencing spell work done on your decisional process, on your thinking, and on your desired outcomes as well. You need to look further into something. You need to look further in, because there are great obstacles in the way of you attaining the result which you are desiring to attain. So there's some truth here which you are missing. There's some critical piece of information which you are missing here. Let's see what else is going on here. A second card asking you, a third card asking you to please pay attention to the details, pay attention to the finer prints, especially when it comes to medical procedures, medical interventions, cosmetic work. I'm just getting such a strong message for that. It may be wiser to postpone your intervention for later. Because I'm seeing potential complications, I'm seeing unfulfilled desires, I'm seeing unrealistic expectations. You need to look further into things. You need to work more to bring to light some aspects which you are being influenced by magic to ignore. There may be also such issues in relationships, so emotional issues, emotional hurdles. There's stuff that you need to be looking into when it comes to your emotional life as well. For some of you, there's spell work done to influence your emotional life. With 2, 3 warning cards here, there's something done to alter your state of happiness. You've lost sense of happiness which you had. I'm sensing a strong magic influence in that as well. You are now working, trying to build back bridges. We may be talking about personal relationships, love connections, family connections, relationships, connections to your parents or children or relatives of any sort, work ties, work connections being affected by spell work, because your decision making process is going to be targeted. You have your decision making progress targeted intensely in November, so be very careful about making any sort of decision. If I were you, I would be postponing decisions and only taking into account the very serious, the very pretty much life or death kind of situations. You have your stability under attack, you have your stability under warning of interference, pretty much. And there's the great element here of change, of potentially malicious influence being at work with the 7, betrayal, attempts to manipulate you, lies, spell work. Let's get more details for you here. Oopsie daisy. Let's see. Yeah, so for some of you, clearly whatever influence is at play here, I'm seeing that they are trying to make it a long-term influence. So they're trying to affect your life and your future for the long term. This decision which you would be making now would be affecting your life for the long term. So these are major decisions, major consequences, major outcomes. So be very careful about your decision process in November, Scorpio. I simply cannot emphasize it strongly enough. For some of you, there's spell work done to influence relationships as well. There's spell work done to break engagements. There's spell work done to break marriages. There's spell work done to stop communication, is what I'm sensing, to block communication with the divine masculine. And here we had spell work done to put blockages in front of the divine feminine. So you have a divine union which is being attacked on both fronts. Both parties involved in the couple are under attack, whether you are in union or not, whether you are in full circle or not. Both of you are under attack here. So there's a strong concerted effort on both parts to be influencing you. Let's get some more details here for this situation. Ignore my singing, I just break out in song at random intervals for some reason. Interesting. So clearly we have someone being influenced in a decision. It may regard a third-party situation. For some of you, you are in a third-party situation and there's magic being done to affect both sides of the couple, whether they are male or female in gender. We are talking about divine masculine and divine feminine energy. Gender doesn't matter when it comes to the energy balance of masculine and feminine. Gender is a detail pretty much. We have a young, an innocent, divine feminine energy here. We may be talking about a person who is actually innocent, young, sort of naive, personality type, which is sort of candid, sort of innocent. And I'm seeing this person being influenced regarding a third party situation. This divine feminine is being influenced because there's a third party situation. I'm seeing the other person being more mature, more fiery, a mistress type, I would say. It may be a male or a female, it doesn't matter to me, but someone is working to keep that third party situation going, and I'm sensing long-term consequences. So this decision, which could be made in November under that influence, would have lifelong consequences here. At the same time, there is someone who is keeping information from you. It may be an older female, it may be an older relative. The person, one of the people working to influence your outcome, may be actually an older woman who has secrets, who has books here, right? Who is keeping information, who has information, who is doing the spell work. Let's get a few more details here. Okay, so the final bit of bad news, the final bit here of let's say warning, concerns someone who is around you, someone who at first sight appears to be innocent, someone who at first sight appears to be sweet, to be friendly, to be on your side, someone who appears to be a trustworthy friend, a trustworthy ally, someone who you wouldn't in a million years see as a traitor. I'm seeing a divine feminine energy here as well. It may be a feminine person, a female gendered person, literally, but it may be more of a divine feminine force energy. So I'm seeing someone in your close circle who is an enemy, who is working against you, who is working to influence your third party situation, which may mean that for some of you there's a third party situation which involves someone very close to you. So your partner is involved with someone from your very close vicinity, pretty much. It could be a relative, it could be a close friend, it could be a co-worker, someone who you wouldn't in a million years imagine to be the mistress or the lover of your better half, or of your spouse, or of your divine counterpart. And this person is working to pretty much ruin your stability, ruin your home, ruin your house, ruin your productivity. They are working to pretty much do you harm, in short. And they've been working at it for a while. It involves your stability, particularly in relationships or in partnerships. If you are in a partnership in business, there's someone targeting that connection, that stability, that partnership, that relationship, that business. They are targeting it, they are betraying you, they are close to you, they are working to harm you, which is making me feel queasy pretty much. Let's get some clarifications here for you. I'm seeing someone venturing into new territory, venturing into unexplored relationships, unexplored businesses, unexplored interventions, unexplored stages of their life. We have a 29 here breaking down to an 11. So a master number 11, right? Or if you break it down once again, we have 2 here. So stability, foundations, venturing into the unknown pretty much when it comes to your stability, to your business, to your relationship. If they manage to influence you or not, you are venturing into new territory. You are going to be feeling sort of strange, sort of alone, sort of isolated, is what my guides are telling me. I'm sensing strong intervention from spirit to show you the fact that something is being done against you. You may have strong spirit influence here to show you who it is being done by. You will be sorely tempted to act on those feelings, on those revelations. So I'm seeing if you do praying or meditating, which you should be doing hardcore in November, you may be shown who it is or what it is that they are doing against you to affect you. But if spirit is showing you what is going on, they are showing it to you so you can protect yourself and not so you could try to maybe act against that person. So don't allow yourself to be tempted to be dragged into acting on lower vibration impulses, which are natural and easily understood in such situation, but don't act on it, right? You are going to have an ebb and flow here of emotions. You are going to have nature working to protect you. You may be helped by nature if you go to meditate or pray by some sort of flowing water. If you can go to the seaside or to some river, to some creek, to some sort of flowing water and meditate on the flowing water. Imagine your energy being cleansed by that flowing water. Imagine your spiritual body sort of being purified by that water. Imagine everything that is weighing you down and hurting you going away from you on that flowing water, and let Mother Nature sort of heal you, because you have a strong connection here with nature. You have a strong connection with I'm seeing particularly water involving landscapes, and they are going to attempt to cleanse your aura, to cleanse your text, to protect you. And you should try to keep an open mind, because you're going to be needing it in November 2019. I am sad to say that this won't be your first time dealing with this sort of situation. Some of you have been dealing with similar sorts of situation, of course, in past lives as well. So this is not your first time. If you are talking about a divine union being affected, your union has been affected many times over during past lives. So clearly some of you are destined to go into divine union in November, and you have strong forces rearing up to pretty much keep you apart. But I'm seeing your strength as a couple sort of persevering, sort of enduring, sort of making it despite all of these let's say unfriendly or unlikely odds. At the same time, you are dealing with cycles which you can now break, because they are past life cycles, because your union has been affected multiple times throughout time. you are going to receive now the strength to overcome those influences I'm getting. Let's get some more clarifiers for you here. You have ancestors, particularly some grandparents, departed grandparents, helping you to protect, trying to protect you from whatever is being done against you and your union and your health. Your greatest protection is the love that you and your divine counterpart have for one another. Focus on prayer, focus on doing service for others, and exercise your strength. So don't hold back when it comes to being sort of aware of your strength as a couple, of your strength as a person. Don't be afraid to use your strong suits to protect yourself, but please don't use them in order to go after someone, because I'm sensing that it will be really revealed who it is that is working against you here. Focus on love instead of vengeance here. You have such strong help coming from your ancestors and grandparents in particular. It's only a matter of waiting. It's only a matter of time. So don't act when it comes to whatever vibe it is that you're going to be feeling. Oh God. So you have such a strong soulmate, divine union element here. Such a strong element. You may be experiencing some inner child issues coming to the surface as well in November 2019. So be very mindful of that. It may be why you will have a grandparent energy trying to guide you to overcome those issues. Some of the people who are working against you and trying to influence you are working so you would manifest your inner child issues. So careful, because this would be someone who knows you well enough to be aware of your inner child issues, right? Because they wouldn't be working on using them otherwise. So they are clearly close enough to you to be aware of your inner child issues. Be patient and just work with yourself, work on your issues, work on love, work on praying, work on meditating. Because you are so close to a divine union here, and someone is trying so hard to keep you both apart. More than one person actually. So don't give up. Don't give up on trying to heal your inner child issues, whatever those are. They will be coming up in November. You simply need to be patient, because you're going to flourish, your connection is going to blossom, your health is going to blossom, your divine abundance is going to blossom. You have blessings coming in strong, Scorpio, strong blessings coming in November. And this is why people are working against you, because they feel it, they know it, and they want to keep you from it. As you can see, your soulmate connection is going to stand. It is going to be invincible pretty much. So you shouldn't be worried or afraid of the fact that these people working against you are going to ruin your soulmate connection, because they cannot ruin it. Your soul connection is so strong with this person that it's simply impossible to dissolve it. It's only a matter of time before it manifests. You just be careful that you don't do things that would affect you and your soulmate partner as a result of someone else's influence, right? Be very careful about what you're eating in November 2019. There may be, as I was getting that sense prior, food allergies may be coming up, food issues. Be careful about what sort of meat you're eating. Careful that it's not contaminated or something, or that it's be careful that it's prepared as it should be. You are going to sense a lot of work being done on your heart chakra in November 2019. Of course you will, you're meeting your soulmate. That's gonna have a strong impact on your heart chakra. You may also receive energy updates on your heart chakra as a result. Let's see if we can get, okay, more cards from your angel therapy messages. We are gonna get your power animal and your release. So I'm just gonna sit this baby like this. There's a strong element of fear coming up. I have seen fear coming up strong when divine union is very close, or if it's actually in the making. I have seen fear coming up because it's such an intense process and it's such an intense situation for both partners that for instance, fears of being a fear of abandonment can come up, or a fear of commitment, which are issues that I associate with inner child issues, for instance. So we are going to take a look at what sort of divine animal spirit wants to help you in your quest to achieve divine union. So let's see what animal wants to help Scorpio in November 2019. What animal spirit wants to help Scorpio in November 2019, please? Thick decks, tough to shuffle. So this one stands out to me. Ooh, interesting. We have a 66 breaking down to a 12, breaking down to a 3. White Raven Spirit, trust in the magic. So despite the fact that you have spell work done to influence you, you clearly have also magic protection, divine protection up. And what I'm getting from the message I'm getting from this card is to trust spirit. Trust that grandparent which came out. Seek their support. Ask your ancestors for support at this time, because this is going to be a trying moment in your life. And of course we are getting as well 66, 30, 33 breaking down to a 6. Horse spirit, you're getting freedom from these issues. So ask for divine guidance, ask for spiritual help, ask your ancestors for help. Embrace the in-between again, embrace spirit, embrace the afterlife. For 26 breaking down to an 8. Work on getting connected to your ancestors and pretty clearly to one of your grandparents who is departed. That person is going to help you a lot in this situation, and you do need help, because this is not going to be an easy situation. Those forces that are trying to influence you and your better half from going into divine union, they are strong, and you need to take them seriously, and you need to ask your grandparents, your ancestors, and particularly one of your grandparents at least, if they're departed, both of them or three of them or four of them, however many of them you have departed. Ask them for assistance here, because spirit has a strong role to play here. Let's see what you need to release in November 2019, because you got the release card. So clearly some of you, Scorpio, are having issues with negative thinking and procrastination. These may also be influences which are coming your way due to spell work. So you need to release those. You need to focus on positive thinking. You need to focus on getting things done when they should be done, not delaying them, not allowing your divine plan to be delayed. At the same time, you are on divine timing, so you will be receiving the support you need in order to make your move. And you need to be meditating or praying, contemplating. So surrender to silence, that's what it means. Silence can heal and replenish you. Let go and enter the stillness within. This is a strong prompt for me to focus on meditating, focus on praying, because that's also a time of silence, right? Contemplation. So you need to be focusing on that in order to overcome these obstacles, these barriers which are coming up your way. Let's get some more advice from Spirit for you. Another inner child issue, having the strength and the courage to be vulnerable with your better half, but at the same time guard yourself when it comes to others. Doing work for your community, service work is going to help you achieve balance in your divine union as well. I'm sensing a strong protection being granted to you due to service to others for some of you. Inner child issues, for those of you who the card came up for, father issues, particularly divine masculine issues. You need to work on your trust, on your faith in a divine masculine counterpart. You need to work on being vulnerable in front of a divine masculine counterpart. There is a fear of abandonment going on here from a divine masculine particularly. A father's love for his son or daughter never dies. The strength gained from such love is often unquantifiable, in that it can be trapped, in that it can be tapped into at any time for whatever reason, whether your father is still here or passed away. Your father's love is one of the strongest bonds any of us will ever experience. So some of you have divine masculine father issues, father fear of abandonment from a divine masculine, from a father. So you should try to work on that. Further advice, focus on seeing things for what they are. Use common sense, don't be fooled, pay attention, your intuition knows. I'm sensing that this card is coming in strong for those of you who have magic work done against you and your better half as well, against your divine union. Take pride in yourself and all that you have become. Feel honored by your choices, achievements, and actions. Some of you have spell work done to pretty much hit your sense of pride, your sense of personal accomplishment, your sense of um, personal worth. And for some of you, the work is done to sort of render you blind to your destiny. So your advice is acknowledge your mission, align with your purpose. You have gifts to share with the world. This is a strong message as well for your divine counterpart union, because once you go into union, both of your gifts are going to be amplified. You are going to grow as a unit. You are going to grow as a team, and things are going to become much clearer to you. You are going to have a clearer picture of yourself and of your destiny, of your mission, of your both of your destinies and both of your missions, pretty much. So wow, Scorpio, you are in for a very, very interesting November. I hope I can help you just sort of find your way through all of these perils. And I'm very excited for your divine union who keeps coming up for you. So many of you are going into divine union in November. Scorpions, you are ahead of the game here when it comes to divine union. There's clearly an imminent first wave, at least, of unions happening in November. And I'm very happy for you, and I'm wishing all of you the best of luck, and I'm sending you all much love and light, and we'll be seeing you soon. Bye.